Hi VC, James here, Vinyl Professor. Just a quick video for you today. I'm going to call this Vinyl Memories to distinguish it from the other series that I'm doing, which is called Into the Groove. Into the Groove is kind of where I look really in depth at a particular album, you know, how it was recorded, the story behind its recording and so on. Vinyl Memories is going to be something a bit different. It's just going to be kind of shorter videos where I just kind of talk about one album and talk about some of the memories that it evokes for me, especially, you know, why that album is particularly important to me. I'm going to start by talking about this album here, which is actually a compilation album. It's The Police, Every Breath You Take. This was a compilation that was released, I'm not even sure what year it was released. This record is a reasonably recent addition to my collection. I bought it last year, but I've had it for many years on CD. This is the copy that I kind of know from back in the day. I'll put in the notes what year it was released. I estimate probably mid to late 80s. This album was really important to me back in 1989, and it was when I first went to university. I went to university in October of 1989, and among all the many other big deals that was, one of the biggest deals was, it was the first time since I'd been a young child that I didn't have my stereo. In that first year I lived in halls, halls of residence, and I had a little pokey third floor bedroom in a kind of concrete block, Lancaster University. Back then it wasn't a particularly nice place to live. It was kind of dark, echoing hallways and these kind of little small bedrooms that were a bit like cells really, or kind of monk cells. You had like one little narrow bed in the room, you had a sink in the corner, and you had a desk, and that was kind of it really. And these rooms were all in a row going down this kind of long dark corridor, and there were three floors of these rooms, so we were all kind of packed in, and there was no room really to have a stereo, so I didn't have one. All I had a CD Walkman. It was quite early on in that kind of technology, you know. So this record was one of, like I say, maybe 4 records, CDs that I had, and so therefore it kind of provided the soundtrack to my entire first year at university. You know, I would listen to it. I remember I used to, you know, back in those days, you'd drink too much, and I'd come rolling in at, 2 in the morning or whatever, half cut, and I'd put this on my CD, my CD Walkman, and kind of lie there in the dark with the room spinning round, listening to it. And when I listen to this album now, it really strongly reminds me of that feeling of being away from home for the first time, and kind of learning to be an adult, making your first steps towards things like, going shopping for yourself for the first time, buying your own tea, buying your own food, managing your own time, just learning to be independent, I suppose. It took a long time. I didn't enjoy my first year at uni at all. I was a little bit sort of shy and retiring, and even though I did go out and make friends and everything, I kind of wanted to be in my room listening to my CDs, my 4 CDs, Anyway, so this record, it just kept me company in that first year, and it's such a great compilation. I think it must be one of the all-time best greatest hits albums, because it's just perfect. It starts off with Roxanne, Can't Stand Losing You, the kind of really early Police hits. Then it goes into that really rich period where everything they did seemed to be just absolute gold, Message in a Bottle, Walking on the Moon. Now, the only thing I'm not so keen on is that the version of Don't Stand So Close to Me is the 1986 remix. So in fact, that probably dates this album back to 1986. Side 1 finishes with Dee-doo-doo-doo-dee-da-da-da, which is a fun track. And then side 2 has the kind of later stuff, which gradually becomes more sophisticated. You've got Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic, which is a lovely upbeat song. Invisible Sun, which was the only track at the time that I didn't particularly like, but now I actually really like it. Spirits in the Material World, which I absolutely loved, and just the sound of that track really powerfully transports me back to those days. Every Breath You Take, which is just an incredible song. King of Pain, which became much more relevant to me in my second year when I got my heart broken by a girl and I was the King of Pain, you know. And so I used to listen to that quite self-indulgently. Great track. And then the album finishes with Wrapped Around Your Finger, which was kind of almost, well, it was a kind of synthy police song. Really nice sound to it. So, I mean, altogether, what a fantastic record. Like I say, I didn't have it on record back in the day, but I do have it on record now, which is quite nice to have. And it's a really, really nice copy. There we go. Bought this at an unexpected record fair, strangely enough, at Lancaster University. I went back there last year in the summer, and there was a record fair, and I ended up buying it. So that brought me nicely full circle. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that VC. Just a quickie, and no doubt there'll be another edition in this series. Final Memories. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.